Inner Peace Amidst the Storm, Stoic Power for the Modern Mind. Part 1, The Storms of Modern Life. In a world constantly spinning, where the clock's hands relentlessly tick, and every day is a race against time and seemingly endless goals, from the moment we open our eyes to greet the dawn until night falls, our minds seem trapped in a complex web of thoughts. Unread emails, upcoming meetings, numbers to hit, and countless personal and family responsibilities. Do you ever feel lost in a cascade of information and relentless pressure? Do you feel like you're carrying an invisible burden, each step heavy, each decision accompanied by ceaseless worry? This isn't an isolated feeling, nor anyone's unique story. This is the shared reality of millions of souls struggling with stress and insomnia in the hurried pace of the modern era. Look, from the cramped cubicles in modern offices where screen light illuminates tired faces, to exhausted business leaders after making major decisions. Stress is no longer an abstract concept. It's a tangible entity, seeping into every breath, every heartbeat, eroding energy and joy. It manifests as persistent headaches, irrational irritability, or a lack of focus at work. It makes you feel trapped, torn apart by a multitude of responsibilities. You try to do everything but feel like you accomplished nothing. And when the day ends, when everyone seeks peaceful sleep, for many, that's when the internal battle begins. Night falls, but your mind is still busy with worries, with lists of uncompleted tasks, with unsaid conversations. The clock ticks, each second passing heavy as lead. You toss and turn, hoping to find peace, but only restlessness and ceaseless thoughts besiege you. Your eyes ache, your body is weary, but your brain works at full capacity, like a machine that cannot be turned off. This is the consequence of stress, a vicious cycle of accumulating fatigue, leaving the body exhausted and the mind shrouded in fog. You know you need rest, but that very need becomes a pressure, pushing sleep further away. To cope, we seek all sorts of escapes. Some indulge in excessive entertainment, immersing themselves in movies or video games to forget reality. Some turn to uncontrolled eating, seeking immediate comfort in food. Others try to ignore, burying negative emotions under a facade of normalcy. But are these truly sustainable solutions? Or are we just patching holes in a dam that is slowly, inevitably collapsing? Does avoidance truly solve the root of the problem, or merely postpone a bigger storm? Part 2, The Door of Stoicism Opens. In this search for peace amidst the waves of life, there is an ancient philosophy that has endured millennia, its value undiminished. It's like a towering lighthouse in the night sea, steadfastly guiding lost souls besieged by fear and worry: Stoicism. This is not a dry philosophy, only for scholars in quiet libraries. Instead, it is an art of living, a profound, practical guide that helps us cultivate inner peace, regardless of external fluctuations. It doesn't teach us to be indifferent to life, but to live consciously and proactively. Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotions, but understanding them, identifying their origins, and learning to react wisely. It doesn't promise a life without challenges, without sorrow, but it equips us with mental resilience to face all storms with grace and persistence. This philosophy helps us clearly distinguish what is within our control and what is not. This is the crucial point, the cornerstone from which we build a stable mind. By wisely directing our energy towards what we can control, we free ourselves from useless burdens. Imagine a tranquil garden within you, a verdant, peaceful oasis you can always retreat to, even when the world outside is raging. This garden is your inner self, where true freedom reigns. Ancient Stoics like Seneca, Epictetus, and Emperor Marcus Aurelius, who lived and experienced all the ups and downs of life, from supreme power to exile, found the answer to peace within this very philosophy. They understood that true happiness does not lie in possessing more wealth, fame, or power, but in desiring less, in finding contentment with what is. They believed that our perception, how we view and interpret events, rather than external events themselves, is the root of our distress and suffering. When you change your perception, the whole world changes with you. The Stoics gave us a foundational principle, a master key to unlock the door to peace. the dichotomy of control. They taught us a simple, yet incredibly powerful truth. There are things we can fully control, and there are things we cannot control, no matter how hard we try. We cannot control traffic jams or sudden weather changes. We cannot control the behavior of colleagues, the decisions of our boss, or sudden market fluctuations. We also cannot control a financial storm hitting or an unexpected pandemic breaking out. These things are outside our direct influence. But, and this is the most important thing, we can fully control how we react to them. Our thoughts about those events, our judgments, our attitude in the face of adversity, and our actions to deal with them. This is not indifference or passive resignation. On the contrary, it is an intelligent and conscious allocation of energy. By letting go of what is outside our influence, we free up a large amount of psychological energy that we previously wasted on worrying, getting angry, or trying to change things that are unchangeable. Imagine a ship in a stormy sea. The captain cannot control the waves or the wind, cannot command the storm to disappear, but they can fully control the rudder, adjust the sails, and maintain absolute calm within themselves. This is the essence of Stoic control, focusing on your circle of influence rather than your circle of concern. Our stress and insomnia often arise from futile attempts to control the uncontrollable or from incessant worrying about a future that hasn't arrived. When we grasp this clear distinction, we stop fighting hopeless battles and free up energy to focus on what truly belongs to us, our inner world, our minds, and our choices. Like a tree that cannot control the storm, but can root deeper, strengthen its trunk to stand firm and not be uprooted. We learn to strengthen ourselves with our inner power, cultivating an unshakable inner peace against all external fluctuations, whether in work or personal life. Part 3. Stoic Tools for Training the Mind. So, how do we practice this profound philosophy in our daily lives, especially when facing stress and insomnia? Here are 3 simple yet incredibly effective tools that the Stoics meticulously used to fortify their minds against life's inevitable challenges. These are not abstract concepts to ponder, but immediately applicable practices that help you redefine how you cope with stress and reclaim inner peace. Tool 1. Cognitive distancing. The first tool, cognitive distancing. Imagine your mind as a vast, boundless sky and your thoughts and emotions as clouds. Sometimes they are fluffy white clouds, sometimes stormy dark clouds, or gray clouds of worry. The important thing is, you are not those clouds. You are the sky, immutable, vast, encompassing everything but unstained or changed by them. Observe them. Let them pass, but don't get swept away. Don't let them overshadow your inner sunshine. When a worried thought or a tense feeling suddenly arises, instead of dwelling in it, being submerged by it, pause. Create a small distance, a moment of stillness between your thought and your reaction. Ask yourself, is this an objective truth, an undeniable fact, or just an interpretation, a fear I'm creating in my own mind? By creating this small distance, a silent second, a deep breath, you will realize your inherent power to choose your reaction. You are no longer a victim of chaotic thought streams, but have the power to control them. This isn't about ignoring negative thoughts or denying your emotions. On the contrary, it's about seeing them for what they are. Fleeting mental events, temporary waves on the ocean of consciousness, not absolute eternal truths. By practicing cognitive distancing, you begin to detach from the urgency of each thought, reducing attachment to meaningless worries. This allows your mind to settle, reducing internal noise, creating ideal conditions for inner peace, and most importantly, opening the door for deeper, more restorative sleep, helping you escape the cycle of insomnia and fatigue. Imagine you are the ship's captain, not the wave. You have the power to steer the rudder of your mind. Tool 2. Contemplating impermanence. Memento mori, amor fati. The second tool, contemplating impermanence, memento mori, amor fati. This may sound pessimistic or a bit heavy, but contemplating the finite nature of life, the constant change, the fact that all things will pass, paradoxically helps us find deep peace. It helps us cherish the present and let go of meaningless worries about the past gone by or the future yet to come. The concept of loving your fate, amor fati, is not passive resignation to destiny. On the contrary, it is about embracing everything that happens with equanimity and gratitude, whether it is joy or sorrow, success or failure. See it as an indispensable part of life and turn it into an opportunity to grow, to discover the strength within you. Look at a leaf falling in autumn or a river endlessly flowing into the vast ocean. They do not resist the laws of nature. They accept the processes of birth, aging, sickness, death, the continuous change. When we accept, we find peace, a peace unshaken by external events. When we truly let go of absolute control over everything, we free ourselves from the endless battle against what should have happened or what should not have happened. This acceptance extends to our work as well. Understanding that all successes can be fleeting and all failures, all obstacles are opportunities to learn, to reshape our path. It frees us from the obsession of needing everything to be perfect to be happy. At night, as we prepare for sleep, we are also practicing a form of letting go and acceptance. We relinquish a degree of control, trusting in the natural process of rest for our body and mind. By internalizing the impermanence of all things, we loosen our grip on endless worries about the future, cultivate deep gratitude for each present moment, and thereby open the door to deeper, more restorative sleep, helping you escape the cycle of insomnia and regenerate energy for a new day. Tool 3. Premeditation of evils, premeditatio malorum. The third tool, premeditation of evils, premeditatio malorum. This may sound negative, but it is one of the most powerful Stoic tools for building resilience and reducing anxiety. This is about actively envisioning the worst-case scenarios, the difficulties, the adversities that might occur in the future, not to worry more, but to mentally prepare and plan to deal with them proactively and effectively. When you have anticipated the worst-case scenario and have a mental or actionable plan to cope, you will find yourself much more steadfast when facing reality. Small things will no longer have the power to cause stress, and major shocks will not completely crush you. Imagine you are a martial artist. He not only trains for beautiful punches, but also trains tirelessly to deal with the toughest attacks, the most unexpected counterattacks. Or imagine an architect designing a skyscraper. She not only calculates its load-bearing capacity under normal conditions, but also thoroughly checks every risk scenario: earthquakes, highest-level winds, fires, or even collisions. When all worst-case scenarios are anticipated and contingency plans are in place, that building truly stands firm. Similarly, when your mind is ready to face unwanted possibilities, work problems, sudden stresses, you will become calmer, less surprised. You will have a steel mindset, not easily shaken by external events. This is especially useful for dealing with stress and improving sleep. When you are no longer haunted by vague fears of the future, when you have a mental plan for every situation, your mind will be freed. You can lie down in bed with peace, undisturbed by unclear worries, and fall into a deeper, more peaceful sleep. Practicing premeditatio malorum helps you transform fear into preparation and preparation into inner strength. Part 4. Mental wellness is a journey. Training the mind is not a destination, but a continuous journey, a process of unending growth. Stoicism does not promise a life without difficulties, without uncertainties, but it promises a resilient mind, strong mental health so you can face all the storms of life. It helps you build an impregnable inner fortress where you can find peace even when the world around you is chaotic. When you master your reactions to events, when you find calm in the face of what cannot be changed, you will find that stress and insomnia gradually recede, giving way to deep peace and positive energy. You will no longer be haunted by stressful meetings or work deadlines. Instead, you will approach them with a calm mindset, focusing on what you can control and accepting what you cannot. This not only improves mental health, but also helps you be more focused, more creative, and more effective in your work and personal life. Remember, the greatest strength lies not in controlling the external world, but in your ability to control your inner world. It is the power to choose your attitude, your reactions, and your actions. That is true freedom. Part 5. Conclusion. Mental wellness is not just the absence of illness, but the foundation for a truly full, meaningful, and successful life. Begin your journey of mind training today, one small step, one moment at a time. Because true peace does not lie in avoiding life's storms, but in the ability to hold your mind steady, to keep your inner lighthouse shining amidst that very storm. Let Stoicism be your guide, helping you find inner strength, overcome stress, and enjoy peaceful sleep. If you found this video helpful, please share it to spread this powerful message to more people who are also seeking peace amidst life's hustle and bustle. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more profound and inspiring content.